Edgar Steven Davids, born the 13th of March 1973, is a Dutch former professional footballer. After beginning his career with Ajax, winning several domestic and international titles, he subsequently played in Italy for Milan, and later enjoyed a successful spell with Juventus, before being loaned out to Barcelona in 2004. He went on to play for Inter Milan and Tottenham Hotspur before returning to Ajax. Having struggled with injuries for 2 years, Davids returned to competitive football during a brief spell with Crystal Palace before retiring at the age of 37. In 2012, he was appointed player-manager at the English League Two club Barnet. He resigned by mutual agreement as manager in January 2014. He was capped 74 times by the Netherlands at international level, scoring 6 goals, and represented his country at the FIFA World Cup and the UEFA European Football Championship. One of the greatest and most recognizable players of his generation, Davids often stood out on the football field due to his dreadlocked hair and the protective goggles he wore due to glaucoma. A combative and energetic, yet creative and skillful midfielder, Davids was nicknamed the Pitbull by Louis van Gaal because of his marking ability, aggression, and hard-tackling style of play. In 2004, he was one of the players chosen by Pelé to feature in the FIFA 100, his list of the world's greatest living footballers. Early life. Davids was born in Suriname to an Afro-Surinamese father and a mother of partial Jewish descent. The family moved to the Netherlands when Davids was an infant. His cousin Lorenzo is also a footballer. Club career. Ajax. After being rejected on 2 previous occasions by the club, Davids started his career at the age of 12 with AFC Ajax. He made his first team debut on 6 September 1991 in a 5-1 home win over RKC Waalwijk. He helped the Amsterdam club to 3 domestic Eredivisie titles, as well as continental success with the 1992 UEFA Cup and the 1995 UEFA Champions League. In the 1996 UEFA Champions League final, he missed Ajax's first penalty in the shootout, which they ultimately lost to Juventus. While at Ajax, he was nicknamed the Pitbull by Ajax manager Louis van Gaal due to his fierce style of play and bite in the team's midfield. AC Milan and Juventus. At the start of the 1996-97 season, Davids moved to Italy to play for AC Milan. After an unsuccessful spell where he failed to establish himself in the first team, he moved on to league rivals Juventus in December 1997 for a £5.30 million transfer fee, where he soon became a permanent first-team member in the midfield, usually playing on the left flank or in the centre as a defensive midfielder, forming a notable midfield partnership alongside French playmaker Zinedine Zidane. 6 successful years in Turin followed, with Davids helping the side to the Serie A title in 1998, 2002 and 2003, as well as 2 Italian Super Cups, and the Intertoto Cup. Juventus manager Marcello Lippi once described him as my one-man engine room. He was often inspirational in Europe, playing 15 times as the club made it all the way to the 2002-03 UEFA Champions League final before losing to AC Milan on penalties. He had also previously managed to reach the Champions League final with Juventus in 1998, followed by a semi-final finish during the 1998-99 season, as well as reaching the 2002 Coppa Italia final. Barcelona. Davids joined Barcelona on loan in January 2004 from Juventus, joining midway through a season where the club was struggling in mid-table and recently appointed manager Frank Rijkaard was under considerable pressure. Davids led Barca's successful resurgence of form, which saw them finishing second to Valencia in the league. Davids' arrival has been cited as the catalyst for the Catalan club's dominance of Spanish and European football during the mid to late 2000s, with Rijkaard winning La Liga the following season and a La Liga and Champions League double in 2005-06. Inter Milan and Tottenham Hotspur. In the summer of 2004, he permanently moved on to Italian club Inter Milan on a 3-year contract. When Inter Milan terminated the remaining years of his contract in August 2005, he moved to England on a free transfer to play for Tottenham Hotspur. He had a successful stay at Tottenham and instantly became a fan's favourite. His first and only goal was in a 2-1 away win against Wigan Athletic. Davids played for Spurs in the 2005-06 and the 2006-07 seasons, with the club finishing 5th in both seasons. Return to Ajax. Davids signed once more for Ajax on the 28th of January 2007 and played his first match against Ajax rivals Feyenoord on the 4th of February. After the mid-season switch, Davids proved his value for the Ajax team again. He was one of the key midfielders in the run for the Dutch championship that was lost on one single goal to PSV on the final day of the league. He also played a major role in Ajax Cup campaign. He secured the KNVB Cup for Ajax by scoring the final penalty in a thrilling penalty shootout against AZ. Prior to the start of the 2007-08 season, Davids' leg was broken in a pre-season friendly against Go Ahead Eagles, sidelining him for around 3 months. In May 2008, Davids said he would leave Ajax when his contract expired on the 30th of June. He played against Los Angeles Galaxy on the 6th of December 2008 in an exhibition match held at Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland, New Zealand, as part of an Oceania All-Star team. Despite the fact he is not from Oceania and has never played for an Oceanic club or national team, Davids was in contract negotiations with English Championship club Leicester City from the 22nd of October 2009. However, he failed to make a decision for over a week and the club withdrew their offer on the 30th of October. Crystal Palace. On the 20th of August 2010, Davids agreed a pay-as-you-play deal with English Championship club Crystal Palace. He made his debut on the 24th of August 2010 at left-back in the second round of the League Cup against Portsmouth. On the 8th of November 2010, he announced his departure from the club, stating it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. International career. Davids was an integral part of the Dutch national team since his debut on the 20th of April 1994 in Tilburg against Ireland, though he has not won any major tournaments for the Oranje. During UEFA Euro 1996, he was sent home by then-manager Guus Hiddink for saying in a radio interview, "Hiddink should stop putting his head in some players' asses." Nonetheless, Davids remained appreciated by Hiddink, who included him in the Dutch squad for the 1998 FIFA World Cup in France. Davids' most notable performance for the national team came in the second-round match against FR Yugoslavia. He scored the winning goal in the last minute of the game and ensured that the Dutch team went through to the next round to meet Argentina. The Netherlands eventually finished 4th overall and Davids was named to the official FIFA team of the tournament. In 1999, Davids began wearing protective glasses following surgery in his right eye caused by glaucoma, which developed in 1995 following eye injuries. Davids first wore them on September 4, 1999 in a friendly match against Belgium. On 17 May 2001, Davids was suspended by FIFA when he tested positive for the banned anabolic steroid, nandrolona. Davids played in the UEFA Euro 2000 when he was named for the UEFA team of the tournament. The Netherlands reached the semi-finals and played against Italy in a thrilling game that ended up being decided in Italy's favour with a penalty shootout. During the Netherlands' UEFA Euro 2004 qualifying matches, Davids scored the Netherlands' first qualifying goal in their opening 3-0 victory against Belarus and subsequently bossed the midfield in 5 of the remaining 7 Group 3 fixtures and both legs of the playoff victory against Scotland. After Euro 2004, new national team coach Marco van Basten appointed Davids as captain of the team. However, lack of first-team football at his club Inter meant Davids also lost his place in the national team in October 2004, thus losing the captain's armband in the process, which was later handed to Edwin van der Sar. At the latter stages of the qualifying series for the 2006 FIFA World Cup in October 2005, he was recalled back into the national team, though not as captain. He fell out of the picture again shortly after, thereby missing out on the Dutch squad for the World Cup. Style of play: a quick, hard-working, and tenacious player, gifted with power, pace, strength, and stamina. Davids was renowned for his combative style of play, tight marking of opponents, and ability to break down opposition plays as a defensive midfielder. In addition to his ball-winning ability, as well as his physical and athletic attributes, Davids was also a highly creative player, who was known for his outstanding technique, acceleration, close control, and ball juggling skills. His technical ability and prowess at street soccer and as a freestyle footballer earned him the nickname, the Mayor of the Street, in his youth. Davids was also a powerful striker of the ball, as well as being an accurate passer and crosser. His tactical intelligence and ability to read the game, combined with his speed, energy, tackling, vision, and dribbling ability, allowed him to start counter-attacks after winning back possession and also enabled him to make forward runs and contribute to his team's offensive play. His versatility and wide range of skills thus enabled him to be deployed in several other midfield positions throughout his career. He was capable of playing as a left midfielder, or even as a central or box-to-box midfielder, and in his youth, was also deployed as an attacking midfielder, or as a second striker on occasion. Due to his aggressive playing style, Davids earned several nicknames throughout his career, such as the Piranha, Tubaro, and most notably, the Pitbull. Media: Davids has appeared in commercials for the American sportswear company Nike. In 1996 he starred in a Nike commercial titled Good vs. Evil in a gladiatorial game set in a Roman amphitheater, appearing alongside football players from around the world, including Ronaldo, Paolo Maldini, Eric Cantona, Patrick Kluivert and George Campos. They defend the beautiful game against a team of demonic warriors, before it culminates with Cantona striking the ball and destroying evil. In a global Nike advertising campaign in the run-up to the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan, Davids starred in a secret tournament commercial directed by Terry Gilliam, appearing alongside football players such as Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, Francesco Totti, Luis Figo and Japanese star Hidetoshi Nakata, with former player Eric Cantona the tournament referee. Davids features in each sports FIFA video game series, and was selected to appear on the cover of FIFA Football 2003 alongside Manchester United winger Ryan Giggs and Brazilian international Roberto Carlos. Coaching career. Ajax. In June 2011, Davids was elected to the new supervisory board at Ajax alongside Johan Cruyff. Barnet. Since 2010, Davids had been living in North London with his partner and had been participating in street football as well as managing Sunday League amateur side Brixton United. On the 11th of October 2012, Davids joined League Two side Barnet in a player-manager role, alongside Mark Robson. The next day, on his managerial debut for Barnet, his side lost 4-1 at Underhill to Plymouth Argyle, which Davids had left himself out of the squad for this League Two game. They followed this up with a 4-0 home win over Northampton Town, where Davids played the full match, captaining the team and being voted man of the match. In November he started against Morecambe, which Barnet lost 4-1. Near the end of December 2012, following the departure of Robson, Davids took charge of the club by himself. Davids scored his first goal for Barnet in February 2013 in a 2-0 home victory over Southend United. In March 2013, on the return journey from a defeat at Accrington Stanley, Davids sent the Barnet team coach back to pick up 36 supporters whose coach had broken down on the motorway and take them to the next service station. Despite initially guiding Barnet off the foot of League Two and lifting them out of the relegation zone, Barnet dropped back into the bottom two on the final day of the 2012-13 season following a defeat to Northampton Town, and were relegated out of the Football League at the expense of AFC Wimbledon, who were able to escape by beating Fleetwood Town. On the 21st of May 2013, it was announced that Davids would remain in charge of Barnet for the club's 2013-14 Conference Premier season. In July 2013, Davids announced his decision to wear the number 1 shirt for the 2013-14 season, a shirt number traditionally worn by goalkeepers, saying that he intends to set a trend of midfielders wearing the number 1 shirt. Discipline was a major problem for Davids in the 2013-14 season. He was booked in each of the first 8 league games he played, and he was sent off 3 times in those first 8 games. There was also controversy when it emerged that he would not attend away games that required an overnight stay, leaving assistant manager Ulrich Landvrug to take charge. In December 2013, Davids considered retiring from football after being sent off from the 3rd time in the season in Barnet's 2-1 defeat by Salisbury City. Davids resigned from his post as manager on the 18th of January 2014. In June 2014, Southern Counties East Football League side Greenwich Borough announced they were in advanced talks with Davids, with chairman Perry Skinner stating that he was 70% sure he'll come on board. The following month it was announced the club's attempt to sign Davids had been unsuccessful. Personal life. He was engaged to fashion designer Elke Gulson. In 1999, Davids started his own street soccer fashion label called Monte Soccer. It offers urban-style clothes for men, women, and children around the world. It currently has multiple fashion lines: the Monte Sports, the Monte Studio and Monte Juniors. Honors. Club Ajax Eredivisie 1993-94, 1994-95, 1995-96. KNVB Cup 1992-93, 2006-07. Johan Cruyff Schal 1993, 1994, 1995, 2007. UEFA Champions League 1994-95. UEFA Cup 1991-92. UEFA Super Cup 1995. Intercontinental Cup 1995. Juventus Serie A 1997-98, 2001-02, 2002-03. Supercoppa Italiana 2002, 2003. UEFA Intertoto Cup 1999. Inter Milan Coppa Italia 2004-05. International Netherlands FIFA World Cup 4th place 1998. Individual UEFA Euro Team of the Tournament 2000. FIFA World Cup All-Star Team 1998. FIFA 100. World Soccer, the 100 greatest footballers of all time. Playing statistics. Club International goals, scores and results list. Netherlands goal tally first. Managerial statistics.